Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. And today we've got a brand new, different style here from the Big Rubber Guys with John Rambo from, of course, the Rambo movie, starring Sylvester Stallone. Really nice looking package here. Really like the artwork. Rambo looking good. Obviously a different color scheme than we're used to with the Big Rubber Guys with the purple and the gold. Obviously this is more black and red and some white and blues, things like that. So definitely a change, but card style wise it still holds up. It's still the same. You know, it won't be weird if you are hanging these on the pegs or if you're for some reason keeping them in the same family as other Big Rubber Guys. But look here on the back, we've got a little blurb here, so you can check that out. Do like that, really kind of letting you know who Rambo is, was, and for always will be. We got Studio Canal. That's a new thing right there. A Canal Plus company. Not sure with that. That seems to be new. I don't believe that is on other major things, so maybe that has to do with the movie line that they're starting to do here, which I do like. I think there was a bit of a misstep for me with going with Kickboxer as the next kind of movie release of these guys. I know they're still available. Rambo wasn't still available, so I think that was a kind of a miss. I think Bloodsport is the most obvious way to go to town on that. So I don't know if they weren't able to get that license or what the deal was. But the obvious thing here would be to get Arnold. You know, if you can get Arnold on board, you can do Predator, you can do Pump and Iron, you can do all sorts of things. So we'll see. I would also, you know, obviously like a Rocky or something like that. But anyhow, here's your Rambo in pack. I'm guessing his knife. Yep, his knife is back here. So we'll go ahead and pull his pew-pews out. His knife. His other big old pew-pew going on there. Let's get Rambo himself out of his plastic prison. Looks pretty good so far. Free at last. Got old John Rambo free of his plastic prison. Now let's go ahead and get into his accessories. Starting off with a big old pew-pew going on here. Obviously not a whole lot of extra paint, which you don't really need that on this one. Very rubbery. Okay, that was surprising. I thought it was going to be like a hard plastic, but we can do the wave with this guy. Don't think that's a bad thing. Kind of makes sense for this line. So no issues there, as long as it over time doesn't, you know, like if you're holding them up, which looks to be the pose that we're wanting, that it doesn't fold or anything like that. But for right now, pretty good attention to detail here on the buttstock and all that kind of stuff. Even has the fold out Who's Watts. It's for the thingamajig there. Yeah, get your fold out kind of stand brace there. So pretty cool. Does have his bullets, just a pretty straightforward mold there, just gold. That's all I need. Doesn't need the tips to be different color or anything like that, which is fine. Pretty cool there. And his, of course, most famous knife, looking really, really cool there. Again, very rubbery, but really pretty sweet. All right, enough jibber jabber about the weapons. Let's get into Sylvester Stallone himself. Pretty cool. I think that looks like Rambo. I don't think that you can see this, and if you know the character, you know the movie, have any issues figuring out who that is. Have a nice little blood trail there on the side of his face from where he gets kind of like sniped at the very beginning. Well, not the very beginning, but once everything kind of starts going on, you have his ribbon there on his head. Got his tank top shirt going, looking pretty good. What do we got going on here on the sides? We're like a interesting. Almost a separation? I don't know. Very interesting. This is a separate. If the arms are separate, I don't know. Never seen that before from a Big Rubber Guy. So interesting. Does have some good rubber, but not too much. More up high. This seems to be pretty solid right here. Not a whole lot of give on the chest either. I doesn't even feel rubber, honestly. It's like it does, but it doesn't. It's weird. Very interesting. I know they've kind of switched up factory, so might have a little bit of different feel here than what we're used to, but okay. Little paint overspray here from the white, but I think that'll just rub right off. Yeah, that'll rub right off, so no issues there. Belt, knife holder here on the side. Would like to have seen maybe this be able to hold the knife, but it's not a big deal. I think it's fine. I don't really need that. I think this works just fine, especially with the pose, and you can't really do a whole lot of other stuff with it than what you got going on here. Pants goes down and into just normal boot action going on. So pretty nice. I mean, it's cool. It's super cool. It's an interesting direction. Blood here on the back also is a nice touch. Didn't have to do that considering it's, you know, if you're going to pose it like this, you didn't have to do that. So works there. Let's see here. What would be the pose that we're going for here? How are we? I'm guessing we're like this. Yeah, look at that. That's what we're doing. Okay. We're going to wrap the bullets. Okay, so it's like a, is it like, yeah, so it's like a championship belt. So it's kind of like a championship belt. See how it's, you can see through there, and then this kind of plugs in the other side. So, all right, so it would be like that, okay? Which, wouldn't that make the, I guess we want to do it like that, okay. Put that on there, pull them around, slide it in, that's cool. It is definitely just like a championship belt. That's pretty fun. Interesting. Interesting idea there. Let's see how easy that wants to go in. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Let's just roll that around to the back. To his back side, which you don't have to put this on, obviously. So there's that. And let's get his knife in here. And we're all set. Rambo holding his pew-pew. And there you go. Pretty stinking cool. I can see you not wanting to put the pew-pews on because it does sit a little high, a little strange how that sits. Maybe just a little oversized there on the bullets. I mean, those are like 50 cal bullets, and this is not a 50 cal, so maybe a little too big here on the bullets. I think that would be a complaint, if you will. These size down a little bit more, and you get a little more like the bandana. I think that's such a big selling point with Rambo is that bandana. But I mean, this is cool. This is super cool. Very 80s. Makes a whole lot of sense for this to be in the line. Like I said, I think they made a little mistake there with Kurt Sloan, you know, the kickboxer. I don't think it's as popular. I think that's more of a down the road kind of guy. This is definitely a banger starter right here. Obviously Rambo, but it's also been really quiet on these kind of movie guy front. So not sure what they're doing. Hopefully they're working in silence behind the scenes and got somebody ready to go. You know, like I said, that kind of Bruce Willis. I mean, think about a super diehard Bruce Willis looking dude from You Could Do for Christmas. Oh man, just ooh, gives me the chills thinking about how cool that could be. And then of course, you know, an Arnold, a Predator, those type of things, and doing a Predator, like if you could do a Predator in this style, would be amazing. So very cool. Definitely like it. Definitely room to improve. And hope they do. Hope they go ahead and keep going with this 80s big rubber guy line. But I guess we'll have to see what the future holds. And the future can hold for you, which would be an awesome thing to do, which would be a subscription to Throwbacks. Go ahead, it's free, just a quick click away. And while you're there, you might as well go ahead and like this video and leave us a comment in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you guys. But it is getting to be that time. Once again, it's getting that time to get on out here. It's getting that time to throw one back. So for myself and Uncle BJ, we are going to throw one back. And we'll see you all next time.